Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. The EP list has at last been delivered. And all the names on that rundown are crazy since it incorporates a ton of our most loved celebs, including Naomi Campbell. Naomi being on the rundown came as a significant stunner, and it had fans hauling her for fill. Naomi has now made some noise about this present circumstance, recounting her side of the story. Further, you all will have a hard time believing how enthusiastically she's attempting to keep away from responsibility. I've generally said that I'm not a holy person and that I have work underway, yet I won't be kept locked down by my past. What he's done is weak. And when I knew about what he had done, it nauseated me to my stomach very much like every other person since I've had my fair share of cooks, and said thanks to God that I had great individuals around me that shielded me from this. You all, I swear 2024 is stirring things up around town in light of the fact that the show we've had in these couple of days is next level crazy. Particularly when it comes to Epstein's rundown, on the grounds that the names on the rundown are stunning without a doubt for the individuals who don't have any idea what I'm alluding to. Epstein was a guilty party who likewise did a great deal of dealing for him as well as his first-class companions, a large number of whom are influential individuals in Hollywood legislative issues. Sports and a ton of others told he has been blamed for aiding noticeable individuals and little kids on his confidential island in the Virgin Islands close by his sweetheart, Ghislaine Maxwell. As per reports, Epstein tracked CBs who visited his island for the reason for saying young ladies, and he purportedly covertly recorded the SAS. He was captured in 2019 on dealing charges, and that is when we learned about the rundown of celebs who had been supposedly engaged with every one of his activities at the time. A couple of names were delivered, however we realized that there were more names on the rundown. Well, shock, Epstein was found dead in his prison cell, and it was managed as an unalignment. We as a whole saw this coming, and there were forecasts that he would be taken out on the grounds that he was a risk and a danger to a ton of influential individuals. There were reports that he was intending to take a supplication bargain that would have ensnared a great deal of influential individuals. So individuals recently realized that he planned to wind up strangely passing on, and that happened. Yet on the grounds that he kicked the bucket didn't imply that the case was over in light of the fact that it wasn't his sweetheart. Ghislaine still had to deal with the penalties, and in 2021 she was found blameworthy. 2 or 3 weeks prior, it was declared that the court records in regards to the case would have been unlocked, and we plan to find out the genuine characters of individuals who were on Epstein's island. For good explanation, this would have been extremely terrible for individuals on the rundown cause they planned to get dragged, represent foulness, and uncovered for being related with a donor, while the rundown was at long last unlocked, and one of the names on the rundown was Naomi Campbell, and as per reports, she purportedly visited the island multiple times. Naomi is one of the best and most regarded models ever, so it's a given that her being snagged into something like this is muddled. However, at that point, the demonstrating business is somewhat infamous for something like this. In any case, there have been reports for a really long time of young fellows and ladies in the business being SAA, and surprisingly, dealt with the business in general. There are a ton of things amiss with the business, and it seems as though Naomi was purportedly a piece of it. Goodness, and get this, it's not whenever that Naomi first has been supposed to be connected to a man who say as ladies since she was like wise connected to Harvey Weinstein, and several survivors pointed fingers at Naomi, guaranteeing that she had some awareness of Harvey, saying them, yet she chose to disregard two or quite a while back English entertainer Katie and Honorable uncovered Oprah and Naomi Campbell for assisting Harvey Weinstein with deceiving her, and say her was with individuals in which I respected profoundly. He was with Naomi Campbell. He had Oprah Winfrey there with him, who went into the room and was swinging off his arm, and just appeared as though an exceptionally dear companion. On the morning of the day that the rundown was to be delivered, Naomi made a mysterious post on Instagram saying to be private, energy alone, develop, and quiet anyway. She likewise made a video in which she discussed the circumstances and denied being engaged with Epstein's SA exercises, saying that she was under immediate personal death. I've generally said that I'm not a holy person and that I am a work in progress. However, I will not be kept locked down by my past. What he's done is faulty. And when I knew about what he had done, it nauseated me to my stomach very much like every other person since I've had my fair gourmet specialist hunters say thanks to God that I had great individuals around me that shielded me from this. Anyway, fans don't buy this, and they drag her age to visit Epstein Island, and to do so multiple times implies that man probably believed you wouldn't agree, that nothing about what he had going on the grounds that you would have totally seen a few mischievous things. Naomi Campbell is liable because she ought to have kept that video on the altering room floor. I won't be extorted by my previous sounds. She just affirmed her deficiencies, but doesn't have any desire to be responsible. This is frustrating, most definitely. Rather than showing off, she ought to do well to apologize to the people in question. Her name shows up over and over in the EPD records. She's in his dark book. She's traveled to his island multiple times. She's been called out for having known, referencing her closeness to Jeffrey and Gillian. Moment of retribution, however, do you folks believe that Naomi will confront any genuine ramifications for her activities? Or do you feel that she will pull off it? Drop your considerations in the remarks. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.